Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. So, where's Legal? Did he survive the hurricane? Everybody wants to know. He probably said on Discord, and I did not check Discord. That's okay, because Legal's fine. You know Legal's fine. Not worried about Legal at all. His cat, though, I'm worried about. He has a cute, cute cat. Mm. So, I got a soft set today that I've been telling you about for a couple days now. I finally got it. He's not a very good soft set. He's very bad at his job. But that's okay because we're here and we can fill in his script for him for everything that he misses. He's got dictionary down pat though. What else do we have? Okay. We have Christofeno today and the audio separates and I can start the stream in another 40 minutes and fix it or we can roll with it. So we're rolling with it. His mouth moves and then the audio is but it's not that bad. It's not like 5 minutes apart like it normally is. Oh my goodness, security, good for you. I'm not. Hey, Popeville, thank you. I'm just gonna go, hey everybody, because it's Judge Fleischer's courtroom that traumatized me. There's too many people, and it's just hello, 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 and then everybody else is hello, 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 hello. So all it's just a whole chat of hello, 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 and then one idiot that we have to yeet the comment for. Special appearance, me too. You and you and me both. I can't believe we're here this early in the morning. The sun's not even up. All right. So let's start with I don't want to do a soft set yet. I have this ended abruptly, so we don't have the ending, but it's okay. It's the middle part that's the juicy part.
Behalf of the people, Mr. Lara, we have not seen each other in a while. Good. How's wife doing?
That's great.
Oh,
That's good.
I'm so sorry.
That's the horse.
Don't worry, you can hear it soon.
I'm so sorry. All right, so Mr. Lara, you charged with 5 counts, the most serious of which is driving under the influence.
That was wrong.
Okay, well, the most, or, the maximum penalty for a first offense of DUI is a fine of up to $1,000, up to 1 year in the county jail, up to 2 years of probation, alcohol education and therapy, and useful public service. Did you understand your rights as I outlined them?
There's only one thing I'm guilty of, that's driving without my license. The rest is charged, extra charges.
Okay, so have you had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Barnett, this gentleman that's representing the people?
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I want to be charged with is driving without license, but I was got out of the hospital.
The only thing I want to be charged with is driving without a license.
I was in the hospital, and they told me that not to be drinking, so I wasn't drinking. I was just drinking grape soda. And that officer, he got a little kicked off at me because I told him he had looked like a doo-doo on his head. I smiled. I apologize, but that's the only one I'll face charged with driving without my license.
Are you in the process of getting your license?
That I cataract surgery on my eyes twice.
So you're not eligible for a license?
No, yeah, look, I want to get one of them red licenses just to do the business I need to do to not travel all over.
Okay, so reason I ask is because generally the people are willing to at least drop the count related to not having a license if you were to get a license.
I got insurance.
Okay.
Insurance.
I don't see charge for driving without a license. I have insurance. fictitious
Oh,
plate, seatbelt, lane usage. If you're going to get full insurance,
Right there.
Okay, show it to Mr. Barnett.
That was my son. Been good, so.
Good, that's what I like to hear.
Lara has presented evidence of valid insurance on the date of the offense, so I can drop that charge. Remaining charges,
All right.
if Mr. Lara wants to hire counsel.
Okay, so Mr. Lara, are you going to want to hire counsel or apply for the public defender's office?
I don't know nothing about all this stuff anymore. Just this is confusing their time.
Okay, so if you want to hire counsel or apply for the public defender's office, that might be a good idea since the penalties do contemplate a potential jail sentence.
So, I didn't, like I said, it was just, that guy just came and he just was messing with me. Like told me at the stay.
Okay, well, I just have the charges to look at. So all I've got is the summons and complaint. That's all that I have to look at. Why don't I set you over? I think it'd be a good idea for you to apply for the public defender's office. So you can talk to a lawyer and they can give you some advice on the best way to go forward.
Right.
Sure can.
If a cop writes anything down that he wants to write on, and that's probably what he believes, what he writes. An officer will write anything he wants just to get you in more trouble. Because I wasn't doing most of the things he said in there.
Okay, well, you know, if you want to plead not guilty and set it for trial, we can do that. All I have is
All right, who thinks he had a seatbelt on? Who thinks he had insurance with him?
the information on the, ticket. That's all I've got. And so in terms of going forward, you have a right to plead not guilty and have a trial.
Some might get probably better because that officer no longer works for Blanket because they dismissed him for harassing all the people from Blanket.
Okay, so does it seem like you want to apply for the public defender's office?
Who thinks that the police officer doesn't work there anymore because he harassed everybody?
See what I can do.
Hi,
Okay,
Toby.
so the applications are right there on the table, on the corner of that table.
So he fills out his application there quietly for another 3 more minutes, and then the feed abruptly ends. So I don't know. He'll go to trial. They'll either prove that he was DUI or he wasn't DUI. Maybe he's under the influence right now and doesn't remember. Maybe he wasn't DUI, and the grape soda did, in fact, just make it seem like he was drunk. We'll never know. But I love when a person walks into the court and says, all I want to be charged with is not having my license. Dude, that wasn't even one of your charges. We weren't even there. What it is now. Okay. I know you all remember that guy. Stop talking about your case, please. Well, I got another one with him today that's kind of cute. So we're gonna go. I think is this. I don't know what state this is. You guys can tell me.
Floyd?
Morning, Judge Clark.
Here he
All right.
is.
We're on the record. It is September 24th. I'm at the Bay County Courthouse First Appearance Room. My name is Brantley Clark. I'm assigned to First Appearances, Bay County First Appearances. If Assistant Public Defender, Assistant State Attorney, if you'll place your name on the record, please.
Griffith, Assistant Public Defender.
Don't say grapes in front of Fozzie.
Andrew Epling, Assistant State Attorney.
All right. Sir, if you'll state your name.
Say your name.
Jalen Story.
All right. Mr. Story, you're before the court today for your first appearance. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defender to represent you.
I was trying to get Judge Van for Fozzie, but I didn't.
Arrested on a fugitive from justice warrant out of Georgia. I believe that's for a failure, violation of probation. You're to be held without bond. I'm gonna leave that as it is. I'm gonna let Mr. Griffith speak to you about the extradition process, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Story, do you know if you want to waive extradition or not?
No, I do not want to waive it.
You don't want to waive it? Let me explain it to you a little bit, and you can agree to go back. We call that waiving extradition, where you're not really contesting that you're the person that they're looking for. You were in Georgia at the time the crime was committed. If you don't waive extradition, then they'll have to get a governor's warrant from Georgia and Florida. They'll have 30 days to do that, and they can get an additional 60 days to do that. So you could be sitting here for 90 days waiting for them to get those governor's warrants to get you back to Georgia without you agreeing to go back. If you agree to go back, whatever time you sit here in the jail before they come get you, and there's really not a time limit on that, but we're not going to feed you forever down here. Whatever time you sit in jail waiting for them to come get you, you'll get credit for that time when you go back up to Georgia if a sentence is imposed. If you fight it, if you don't waive extradition and you insist they get a governor's warrant, then you're sitting here on what they call a dead time, where you don't get any credit for the time you sit here in the jail. You still don't want to waive extradition?
No, I don't want to waive it. I want to continue with it.
Okay, all right, he's not waiving extradition, so I'm not gonna put a return date. I guess whenever the governors get a warrant for him, they'll extradite him, okay?
All right. How about, say, I don't know how many days that would be.
What? I don't think you got it. What he's saying is,
They can hold you up to 90 days.
yeah, he had it mixed up. Tell him. You have to tell him.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign it. I'm gonna sign the waiver.
Okay,
There you
you'll
go.
do that, right? I'm gonna have a return date of October 28th.
It's all the same. Everybody did original.
Maybe you better let Ms.
Mhm.
Pembroke explain it in the future.
Maybe I should just let you explain it in the future. I love him. He's so cute. Okay. This next one is Christofeno. I love Christofeno. I don't know what it is about him, but I love Christofeno. So we're gonna watch Christofeno, and the audio is a little bit separated. So yes, the audio is a little bit separated. All the comments to say that. Yeah, yeah. So this inmate takes a shower and just makes this judge angry. This judge is so mad at him.
Via WebEx and by Chief Deputy Public Defender Bridget Faulkner for Attorney of Record Christopher Peterson. State of Indiana appears by Deputy Prosecuting Attorneys Don Pitzer and Kathleen Clays. Mr. Edwards, is it okay if Ms. Faulkner represents you at this hearing instead of Mr. Peterson? Yeah. Okay, thank you. So where do you want to start, Ms. Faulkner? Mr. Peterson filed a motion to continue the jury trial. Do you want to argue that, or what do you want to do?
Your Honor, I believe that is without objection from the state. It's necessary because there's an insanity defense that has been asserted, and one of the doctors that was appointed to make the evaluation corresponded to the court recently that the jail did not make Mr. Edwards available for the weapons.
Oh, do you know why they didn't make him available, Ms. Faulkner?
I don't.
Well, I do. Hey, Mr. Edwards, you thought it was more important to take a shower than meet with Dr. Sibylla. You didn't want to go meet with the good doctor because you wanted to take a shower instead. So I'm gonna tell you how I look at that. I look at that like, you know what? I provided the doctor for insanity and you chose not to fulfill it. They ain't come get it. That's not what was reported to me.
Oh, I'm not muted. I'm so sorry.
Well, I suggest you meet with Dr. Larissa Chisholm Buggs because we're still awaiting her sanity report. And I would remind you, we already have one from Dr. Parker. Last time I checked, counsel, I only need 2. Now, Ms. Faulkner, you are free to set something up with Dr. Sibylla. I'm not getting Dr. Sibylla back involved in this unless I need to.
Understood.
And Mr. Edwards, you're scheduled for jury trial November 4, 2024 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. I'm advising you of that. Do you understand that? Yeah. And right now you're a first setting. Now I certainly understand your insanity defense could cause a need for a continuance. Not right now. I'm denying that motion because it is not ripe for a continuance right now. In addition to advising you that the jury trial is November 4, 2024 at 8:30 a.m., I'm advising you, Mr. Edwards, that if you don't show up for that jury trial, I'm going to hold the jury trial without you. Do you understand that? Yeah. So if you want to assist your attorney, Mr. Peterson, you want to assist him when he calls witnesses, you want to assist him when he presents evidence, you better show up for your jury trial on November 4, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand that? Yeah. And I suggest when Dr.
I wish it was tomorrow, guys. I want to see this trial.
Larissa Chisholm Buggs makes contact with you to do her insanity evaluation that you participate. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah. Your attorney has filed an insanity defense on your behalf. You're going to need expert witnesses to present that defense. And I think you know that, don't you, Mr. Edwards? Yeah.
Yo.
Okay, this is trial status conference. Ms. Faulkner, what else do you need to have done today? I'm going to set another trial status conference because I don't know for certain when we're going to get the other report.
Well,
We may have a problem, and I want to advise counsel this. I did this earlier, but I want you to be on the same page I am. So Dr. Chisholm Buggs is back in action as of October. I believe she's going to be able to get this report done and filed with the court before the November 4 trial date. I certainly understand, Ms. Faulkner, to your point, I certainly understand. No report from Dr. Chisholm Buggs. Now we may have a problem. We may have a problem. We may not have a problem because the court has appointed 3. I just only have 1 right now. That's the problem, I think. Anything else you want to bring up?
no, you answered my question about whether Dr. Chisholm Buggs was back in action, so.
Ms., I'm trying to monitor that, and I'm trying to use all of my mindfulness so that I do not upset the good doctor because we have so few doctors that are doing competency evaluations and
It's a
insanity
problem.
evaluations, and she's one of them. We had another one that left the ranks. This is getting critical from my standpoint. I think it is from yours too, Ms. Farker, from yours too, Ms. Clays. I think we're all in this together on this part of it. Ms. Clays, anything else you need today for trial status conference?
No, Judge, I just want to make clear that I did not take a position with Mr. Peterson because I didn't have the information that the court provided today as to why Mr. Edwards did not appear.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of you know right now, I would not have cared what Ms. Clay's position was. I would have listened to it. I'm telling you, Ms. Clays, I would not have cared. I told everybody that Mr. Edwards is a first setting on November 4. I mean, I think some people think I'm kidding when I say that. I mean, I don't know why anybody would think that.
Judge, nobody's going to think you're kidding ever. Trust us. We know you're serious.
I'm pretty emphatic. Mr. Edwards, your case has been pending since 2020, and it needs to be resolved one way or the other. You're going to get a fair trial, Mr. Edwards, and it's going to be resolved.
He doesn't like pineapples, so he's alone.
One way or the other. What about a trial status conference? I'm going to suggest a date, and then you see if you like it or not.
This is Judge Michael Christofeno. I'm pretty sure it's Michael. I could be wrong. It's Christofeno, though. I love him. I get him all the time.
I think we ought to come back October 10. I mean, I know that's only a couple weeks, or 2 weeks, but I really think the more we talk, the better it's going to be. Because I think the three of us, well, Mr. Edwards, your attorney can tell you what's going on. I don't have to. But I think that the attorneys and the judge need to make sure that this case is proceeding as it should for trial. And we could have another hiccup. I mean, we all know that. We could have another hiccup. And I want to be clear, and my thought would be, counsel, that if that happens, we will pick a new date, and it will be a new trial setting, and we're all going to know it's going to go that date. So we will not be in this, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be set out 6 months. That's not going to happen. It's going to be relatively soon.
Thank you, Judge.
October 10, Ms. Faulkner?
That would be fine.
Ms. Clays, what do you think?
And that's great, Judge.
And then we could get, if we need to, I mean, I'll give you one the 17th, the 24th, and the 31st if you need it. You know that. Trial status conference 10/10, 24 at 8:30 a.m. And I'm confirming that because it was already set that date. Okay, one other thing I want to remind counsel of, and I'm going to order you to do this, file exhibits and witness lists at least 10 days prior to trial. Anybody want it sooner than that? Do you need it more than 10 days, Ms. Faulkner? Is 10 days enough?
If Mr. Peterson wants something different, I'll let him take care of it.
Okay, Ms.
Good
Clay's
morning,
10 days
beautiful.
enough for you?
That's fine, Judge.
I mean, I'll give you whatever you want. I just know I think 10 days at this point seems reasonable because we're close to trial.
That's fine.
I think Mr. Peterson and I are on the same page when it comes to witnesses and exhibits, so
Okay.
that should be fine.
Okay, thank you. Cost committee
No, don't worry, Lori. You're the only one I say good morning, beautiful, to.
on, it's marked down for further proceedings. That's incorrect. Cause coming on for hearing on correspondence received from Dr. Sibylla and a status conference. Defendant appears in person in the Elkhart County Correctional Facility.
I don't know what that
WebEx
is, Amy.
By Chief Deputy Public Defender Bridget Faulkner for the Attorney of Record Christopher Peterson, State of Indiana in court by Deputy Prosecuting Attorneys Don Pitzer and Kathleen Clays. Court denies defendant's motion to continue trial. Court conducts
Sorry, Fozzie. Good morning, beautiful.
a status conference. Defendant advised on the record of the jury trial setting November 4, 2024 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Court confirms the trial status conference date of October 10, 2024 at 8:30 o'clock a.m. Court again orders the parties to file their respective list of witnesses and exhibits with the court at least 10 days prior to trial. It is so ordered. Mr. Edwards, I'm going to see you back here on October 10, okay? You have a good day. Thank you. You're all done, Mr. Edwards. Thank you.
Judge, he might be insane and you're yelling at him like that. Fozzie, I am freaking working. This is court time. This is court time. So it says, my itinerary says, I leave Philadelphia at 6:15 a.m. on a Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. I arrive in Houston, Texas, IAH at 8:45 a.m. And then when I come home, I have to be at my flight leaves at 6:05 p.m. from IAH. Oh, dog, jeez. Whew. And then I get to Philadelphia at 10:26 p.m. That's all it says. So, are you good? Yeah, so about October 15th, guys, some people have been saying, um, I want to go. Am I invited? Everybody is invited. Well, there's that one person. There's that one person who's not invited, but I don't know how to tell them. It's okay. If they come, I'll ignore them. Thank you, Carolyn. Yeah, so everybody is invited. October 15th. Oops, that's the wrong. I just clicked. In Judge Fleischer's courtroom. I don't know what time I'm getting there. My flight lands around 8 o'clock, and then I have to get it. And I'll take an Uber to 1500, whatever street, and that's however long it takes to get through Houston traffic is what time I'll get there. And I can't mod that day, guys, because I think Steve will get really, really, really mad if I take my phone out. But I'm gonna test him. No, just kidding. Just kidding. It's in the 8 o'clock hour. You don't know with flights what time they're gonna land. You have no idea. Oh, see, that's why. That's why I didn't know what that was. I should look that up. I'm, I need that, right? I will, yes, Casey Carey, I will be waving at everybody. Not really, because I'll forget what I'm doing. I'm really nervous. I'm not really good at going places. So yeah, come meet us in on October 15th. I don't know how many the gallery holds. So maybe if you're going, like, tell us. Like, just say it in Discord or in chat here or in Judge Fleischer's Discord. That way, we know how many people will be there. Listen, I am not getting arrested. I am just not going to do anything close to getting arrested. I am just not. If I go out to dinner, I'm having no more than 6 drinks. I am not getting arrested in Texas. No, I gotta be at work on Wednesday. It's bingo night. And I'm gonna have these new shoes. Right now, I'm sitting here and my feet are killing me. They're just they always kill me. They never not kill me. So I'm getting who it's not a hookah. Oh gosh, I don't know what it is. It's supposed to be really good sneakers. I know it starts with an HO and I know it's 4 letters long. I thought hookah or something like that. So yeah, I gotta be back. I gotta be back so I can wear my new shoes. So I can see if my feet don't hurt for once. No, I don't, I don't want I don't want to get arrested. You I think that might be it, Chaos. I'm excited. I do not want to I don't want to see the jails. No. I don't want to see, hey, look at these handcuffs, aren't they? Everybody's just traveling all over the place. It would be so great if we could get across the ponders over here, but I know that's impossible. It's just impossible. But anyway, what are we doing? I was interrupted. Oh, we're going to the side sit now, guys. I think there's enough 36 watching. Okay, there's not a lot of people in here, but they can rewind it, right? So now we're going to a side sit in, you know this judge, can't remember his name, but you guys do. Listen, I'm gonna keep a bobby pin, not a bobby pin, a paper clip right under my tongue, because I'm getting those handcuffs off. Hi, Terry. Here we go. Let's go to Mercer. Is it Mercer? You guys will tell me. You guys know way more than I do.
Mr. Thompson, Thompson, you wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you today?
Is that
What I'm
Mercer?
gonna do is I'm gonna look at revoking your release, because in my opinion, you should be in custody and should not have been released from custody. I believe this is a new law violation. Is that correct?
A what, sir?
A new law violation.
I don't.
When you arrested on another driving license, suspended or revoked?
Yes, they were staking out my house and I don't understand why. I was going to get some food.
I'm going to revoke your release at this time and take you into custody for a violation of probation. Go ahead and take you into custody.
Brantley, yes.
I'm here to
and he's
finalize
annoyed.
the disclaimer that I have. It's here now, sir. If you
Take him into
would
custody.
accept it, please.
I'm revoking your release. You should have been held without bond. He's gonna be held without bond.
I'm not going anywhere.
Just give him to his father bearer.
Can't believe this is happening again.
We'll talk to him again about an attorney when he has a seat up there.
I was down there
Can't
trying to
believe
pay the
this is
fines before I
happening
came in
again.
here, sir.
Mr. Thompson,
Well, they told me to come back
I
after
didn't
this.
sign the warrant. I thought you were being held without bond. I guess I should have checked, but I'd have signed the warrant and you'd have been held.
That was because my father, he said, I've been helping with the family. He's had a pacemaker put in just a few days ago and I'm trying to help nurse the family.
Put him in the box.
You were taking me away from the
Put him
family.
in the box.
Anything for your property that you want to give?
I got the money on me to pay the fine.
Put him in the box.
Sit right here. Here.
Yeah, that's why it took me so long to find this. I said I got this clip, and I was sure it was one of my Colorado judges. So I was just searching over and over and over again through my Colorado clips, and I couldn't find him anywhere. And I was, I remember the dictionary. I know I have this, and it was one of my YouTube judges. I got them mixed up, guys.
Hold on.
All right. Mr. Thomas, you before the court, you were arrested on a new misdemeanor charge. Judge Campbell, I think, released you for a notice to appear today, or released you on your pretrial release. This is my probation. I got a warrant, so I'm going to issue a warrant today, hold without bond, based on your.
What is that now?
Judge Campbell, you were arrested on a new misdemeanor driving license suspended or revoked. Judge Campbell, on your violation of probation, released you, the pretrial release program. I'm revoking that release because it's my probation, and I'm gonna hold you without bond based on the new violation.
That's just terrible.
Well, I can't help it, Mr. Thompson. You've got another.
I was here to
charge.
disclaim and surrender all
Terrible.
those documents that hold me liable here and move for subrogation.
Do you
Good
wish to have
idea.
an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
You understand attorneys are, go ahead and swear Mr. Thomason in.
For what reason?
I'm gonna swear you and ask you some questions.
I don't think I'm supposed to be sworn in. Due to my faith.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you to affirm, not swear. Okay?
It's the same thing though, isn't it? Affirming and swearing.
I don't know.
I'm here for Let my yeas be a nay and my noes be a no.
Whatever that means. It means
Yes,
nothing to
sir.
me. But what I
I'm
will
here
do is-
for honor.
Michael, oh, the N does not mean and. I bet you the N is middle name. I thought it was and too.
Let me ask you, do you wish to have an,
Justice.
do you wish to
There's
have,
no
an-
justice in
do
this
you
house.
wish to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, you keep doing it anyway, though. I mean, I've never authorized that
Do
from the
you wish to
beginning.
have an attorney appointed to represent you?
No, sir.
All right. And how far did you get in school?
So
How far
you
did you get in school?
graduated 12th grade?
Okay, and you were in the military, is that correct?
Yes, sir. I was in the Army infantry.
Okay.
Went to war and buried enough of my brothers and sisters to come home.
Yes, sir.
And this,
And
Kind
you
of
understand,
justice.
and you can read and write. Correct?
to an extent,
Okay. You can't read and write altogether?
well, I mean, it all depends on what dictionary you're using too.
If you use a regular legal dictionary, can you read and write that? You read that?
Say again?
A regular dictionary.
Then what?
Can you read it? It's a regular dictionary, Webster's dictionary.
Yes, I have one at home.
Okay. So you can write too.
I have several different ones. I have Black's Law's dictionaries as well.
I was gonna
medical
say, so you can
dictionary.
read and write.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I know you've been treated, but I've had you examined before.
100% disabled.
I understand that. I've done everything I could to keep you out
I've
of
already
jail.
been injured 2 different times at the jails.
I understand that completely, Mr. Thomason, but I've had no luck. Every
I
2
came
months,
here
you're
to
back
pay and they
in,
told me to come back to complete
every
it
2
'cause I
months, you're back in court. So what I'm gonna do you still wish to represent yourself?
I don't, I think that's the best matter for me.
I mean, it's up to you. Right now,
I just still think that's the best matter for me, but
what
yeah,
I'm gonna
it
do,
doesn't seem like anything's fair inside this house. Nothing seems fair here.
how many times have you been released from custody in the last year?
I've been arrested 7 times
I
now
understand that.
without any victims. I don't understand how the state of Florida, a stack of papers can be a victim.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna allow you to represent yourself, and what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and have Mr. Thompson evaluated again. Miss Nelson, if you go ahead and prepare us on the court's own order, I'm gonna hold you without bond based on the new
That's just
violation of
terrible.
probation.
My mother's 100% disabled. My dad has a pacemaker now, and you're gonna hold me without
Your
bond.
dad's
over
in court
driving
every day with you.
infraction.
I understand that completely, sir.
There've been no victims whatsoever in any of my arrests.
We're setting for October 23rd at 9
I'm a
o'clock.
victim right now, dude.
I get another month, thanks. No justice. I have your oath of office. Look, if you would adhere
He
to
can
it.
be taken, go ahead and have a seat.
The only thing he was missing was holding a baby. I have to take care of my baby. I don't even know how can there be a crime with no victims. I don't even know. Okay, it's time to go to Judge Fleischer. Now, Judge Fleischer was late today, so I was late today. I was waiting for him and watching him, but he didn't come, and then my eyes closed. And then I woke up way later. So I don't know what happens at the beginning. We're gonna watch this all together. But we can just get the colors out right away. Well, this suit is this color, and then we can move on. I hope so. From that last guy, me too.
No, it's not. It most certainly, Mr. Farias, is not a good morning. You have 2 open cases.
Yikes.
Your cases are nearly 500 days old, and you repeatedly take off. I'm now sending you for a drug test, and you must come right back. The next time you fail to show up for anything, your bonds now are each set at $5,003. I will multiply
Okay, I'm gonna go do my drug test, but I won't do heroin.
each by 10. Do you understand me?
I understand.
Good. Rachel, let's send him for a drug test. You must come right back.
All right, Judge, page 12.
If any of you get the network, Amy, the judge was on court cam, the show on A&E. Our judge, our little Judge Fleischer, was on court cam for A&E, episode 2 of season 8.
More, come on up.
I have 3 people in the waiting room, and
Oh my God, Becky.
are you Reginald Gilmore? Mr. Gilmore, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 18, 2024, law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop at the 17100 block of Katy Freeway here in Texas. The officer observed a gray 2015 Kia Optima traveling eastbound in the first lane, traveling approximately 84 miles per hour and a posted 65 mile per hour speed zone. The law enforcement officer activated the emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop. The officer approached the defendant's vehicle and detected an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle and observed 3 male occupants with no seatbelts on. The operator of the vehicle, which was the defendant, did not have a driver's license upon demand and provided a name and date of birth as Reginald Gilmore. While gathering information, the rear right passenger continued to make movement is in the back seat, raising suspicion and concern for the officer. The officer went back to his patrol car to ID the passenger, and when the rear passenger, let me read that again. He went to his patrol car to ID the passenger, and the rear passenger evaded on foot. For safety concerns, the other occupants were held at gunpoint until responding units arrived on scene. The officer,
Melissa, stop making so much noise.
marijuana and residue of marijuana on the floorboard of the vehicle, searched the vehicle anyway and located a black and pink Kel-Tec calibers or 380 caliber semi-automatic handgun tucked between the front side of the driver's seat and center console. The firearm was not secured in a holster and had a magazine with rounds of ammunition. A search was conducted on the firearm and received no hits.
Okay. So did any of the other people get arrested? And do you have any cause numbers that we can try to look up?
I'm sorry. That's so sad. Maybe you have to stick with it. Upside down guy, that would be kind of
Looking for
cool.
co-defendants.
Judge, there is a Marquise Davis that was arrested as well. One of the co-defendants ran away. I believe he successfully ran away.
Got it. So he was the only one that was.
2 left, Judge. So one of them ran away. The other 2 were held at gunpoint by the officer until they were successfully detained and arrested.
So what did they, okay, so do we have them as well? That's what I was wanting to know. Did they go to other courts? Did they pick up felony cases? What happened?
So he's also charged with UCW and he's in court 3 currently.
And what's the cause number on that one?
2529953.
Okay, so we have the lower one. Okay.
him and therefore the two in total?
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Mr. Gilmore, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
17.
You are 17 years old. There's no reason for you at 17 to have a gun, let alone get into a car and drive without a license. And I'm making it a condition of your bond on both. I'm going to drug test you right now. What's going to show up?
About.
I'm going to go send you for a drug test. What it's going to show up? We're going to see. Who are you here with today? Where's your mom? Go get her.
Is that gonna be pretrial bond position?
Mom, come on up. Come on up. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
Are you familiar with what's happened in this case?
No, I've never been caught up with the law. So.
Okay, I'm gonna have them read to you what happened so that you know exactly what happened, okay? Please.
On September 18, 2024, a law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop on Katy Freeway in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed a gray 2015 Kia Optima traveling eastbound in the first lane, traveling approximately 84 miles per hour in a posted 65 mile per hour speed zone. The law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop. Upon approach of the vehicle, an odor of marijuana was emitting from the vehicle, and the officer observed 3 male occupants in the back with no seatbelts placed. The operator of the vehicle was the defendant and did not provide the officer with the driver's license upon demand, but he provided his name and date of birth as Reginald Gilmore. While the officer was gathering information, a rear right passenger continued to make sudden movements in the back seat, raising suspicion and concern for the officer's safety. The law enforcement officer went back to his patrol car to identify the passenger when the rear passenger evaded on foot. For safety concerns, the other occupants were held at gunpoint until responding units arrived on the scene and were later detained without incident. The defendant refused to consent to a search of the vehicle. With probable cause, the officer searched the vehicle due to the odor of marijuana and the residue of marijuana on the floorboard of the vehicle, and located a black semi-automatic handgun tucked between the front side of the driver's seat and center console. The firearm was not secured in a holster and had a magazine with rounds of ammunition. A search was conducted on the firearm and received no hits.
I'm sending him for a drug test. I've asked him what he's going to test positive for. He's told me nothing. So I'm going to send him for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in his system at this point. Do you have a Texas driver license? You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what you're doing in your life. You will be signing with me today an affidavit. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm going to put you in jail. And I can sentence you up to 6 months in jail by holding you in contempt. So I want you to know that I'm absolutely serious when I mean no driving. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we'll talk. But until that point, if I find that you drive, you'll be doing a lot of time in jail. What does he do with his life now? Are you sure? You work, right?
I stand behind him. Yes, I stand behind him 100%. I don't play about his education. I'm working on a doctor. That's just how serious I am about pushing him. My foot is on his neck daily.
Good.
He has a village. He has his father. He's active in his life. Children, he's never been in trouble. And I understand that they do dumb stuff and they make mistakes, but some things, you know, it can cause you to be here. And I explained to him, hey. So I say, hey, you did that, you see where we are. But hey, we have to learn. It's a lesson. But yes, I'm pushing.
Problem is that if you're hanging with dogs, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, you catch fleas.
You're not allowed to hang out with any of these kids that you're with now. I'm also making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you're hanging out with these people, you talk to them, likewise, I'll put you in jail. And I'm gonna make your bond extremely high. Do you understand me? I'm sending you for a drug test. I'm gonna have you come back. Would you like me to appoint your lawyer?
I can actually, I called the lawyer today. I didn't know he was gonna need one, so.
Yeah, he's facing a year in jail. So it's a very
So
serious
should we
charge.
just come back, have a reset and come back with our lawyer? I would-
Sure, I was offering you a lawyer if you want one.
No,
You're gonna go hire one?
Yeah, I'll hire
Okay,
one, yes.
sure.
Now, the drug test, because like I said, I don't know what he does. So what's gonna happen?
So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna send him for a drug test. I'm gonna have him come right back, depending on what it shows. If it's something more serious than just marijuana, then we'll talk. But if it's just marijuana, I'm gonna have him come back in about 40 days to test again. Weed stays in your system around a month, or give or take 30 days. So you, as a condition of your bond, you're not allowed to smoke any weed whatsoever for any reason. No CBD, no gummies, nothing that has THC in it. And if I find that you do, likewise, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You're not in a good space now. You're not in a good place. What you do now will affect you for the next 40 years. 17, you think you rule the world, you own it? Please. This life is absolutely miserable if you have no money. And you, the more convictions you get, your income goes like this. The more convictions you get, your income goes like this. It's a adverse and it's a complete, there is a relationship with both. Every single person in there with convictions, you think they have any money? Hell no. That's why they're stuck like Chuck in there, and they'll perpetually be in there, in and out, in and out, in and out. You have it looks like you've got a great support system. And look, the problem is you start veering off, and it's okay. We all make mistakes. That's why we're here to try to put you back on the straight and narrow so that you don't veer too far off, because when you do, at some point, we just can't put you back. And it's that then you get hit with the 25-year sentence. We have enough black and brown people in custody as it is now. We don't need more. Do you understand? Do you think she wants to be here? Look, how much money do you think she's going to spend now on a lawyer? How much money do you think she's going to spend? Thousands of dollars. You think she's got money like that?
If I do, I don't have it.
I will give you a free lawyer, man. I'm telling you. I will give you a free lawyer today if you want it. You don't have to spend anything. I will pay for everything for you because I know it's hard and I don't want you to have to spend money. So I'll take care of it for you if you want. You just say the word. But at the same time, if he starts acting a fool, you got to stay with me. Because if I put him in jail because he starts acting up, you let him out. What's going to happen? He's going to keep at it. If we have to put you in jail, that's where you're going to stay. You understand? That's it. So let's do this. I'm going to send him for a drug test. Let's wait for the results. We'll come back. And at that point, we'll see where we are. But if you want, I can appoint your lawyer today. We've got great lawyers here. You know, no one plays.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. For sure. All right. We'll have you sign a reset and then I'm going to send you down here now. And then you got to come back.
I think he's gonna do fine. Slytherin, where were you going? You were going somewhere yesterday. It's right at the top of my head. You have to remind me because I can't remember 24 hours ago. Did it go well? You were going for something. And I think I said good luck. And I can't remember why.
Age 13, Gonzalez, come on up. Mom.
You Eric Luis Gonzalez. Speak English.
Yeah.
You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 19, 2024, an officer was dispatched to assist a firefighter call at 100 block of Delano Street in Harris County, Texas. The wheel witness, the firefighter Paul Dean, stated that the defendant was asleep behind the wheel at the stop sign of the 100 block of Delano Street. The wheel witness tried waking the defendant up and tried to pull him off from the scene, and then came to a stop when other firefighters blocked his path. The officer observed a mild odor of alcohol, glassy bloodshot eyes, and swing. The defendant stated that he was coming from an Airbnb downtown and had nothing to drink all day. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted, and the officers observed 6 out of 6 signs for the horizontal gaze and nystagmus test, 6 out of 8 clues for walk and turn, and 3 out of 4 for one leg stand. The defendant declined to provide a sample of his breath, and a blood search warrant was executed.
I need to be honest.
Yes, sir. So it looks like we had, it looks like there was a DWI/open container that's currently pending in Fort Bend, and another one from this year.
What?
Pending in.
Kidding. This is his third open DWI?
Yes. And then it looks like the second one is in Oasis.
You really have 2 other open DWIs? Holy moly, mother. Oh. And you got a PR bond in this case? Guess what I'm doing to that PR bond?
Without being drunk at all, I stopped at a stop sign 3 nights ago waiting for it to turn green. Yeah, it happens.
Guess how high I'm making your bond now, Mr. Gonzalez? Yeah, probably $50,000, dude. You have 2 other open DWIs. You've not picked up another DWI? I'm revoking your bond, and I'm now setting it at $50,000. And I'm gonna tell you now, if you get out of custody, you will have such strict conditions that if you violate this thing, I'm gonna light you up like a freaking Christmas tree. You were not allowed to drive whatsoever. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, Mr. Gonzalez. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing, and every time you drive, I can put you in jail up to 6 months, and I can stack it. Do you understand? He really has 2 open other DWIs. God. Home confinement if he gets out. GPS monitor prior to release. Can you file interlock paperwork, please? You're not allowed to drive any vehicle whatsoever. And did he have an interlock on this car now? Because he's probably ordered to have one. So he has 2 open DWIs in 2 other counties now.
Who's this defendant, Judge?
Gonzalez. They gave him a PR bond in this case, ixnay on the PR bond A. And I'm actually going to make it extremely high as well, because that's, you know, Mr. Gonzalez, if you have a drug and alcohol problem, you better address it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. Baloney.
No, I've been looking for programs.
I believe you. Sometimes you start looking a little bit too late and you do catastrophic damage. I'm now going to intervene so that that doesn't happen. All right, I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive, and then I'm taking you into custody. He goes with you. Hell no. Don't send him down though, please. I need him to sign conditions.
So I looked at the comments, and what it was, the people who didn't want the comment box really, really didn't want the comment box. And Fozzie was right, and I was wrong yesterday, by the way. Fozzie said someone said it covered the judge's face, and I thought they were talking about my thumbnail or the words. No, no, they meant the chat box, just like Fozzie said. The people who did want the chat box weren't passionate about it. Fozzie, you were right, and I was wrong. The people who did want the chat box weren't passionate about it. They were like, I like it, but I don't really care. It's good to have, but I don't really care. People who didn't want it were like, oh my God, get rid of this chat box. So the chat box is gone. So when you hear me talking to chat, I'm sorry. I'm just going to talk to chat. That's the way it goes. You had your chance. Now, first off, never ever wake your wife up on purpose. Have you just got married yesterday? You don't know this?
50,003, please. Any more arraignments? 50,003. Any more arraignments?
Yes, Correct, Judge, page 20, Matthews, come on up.
I have no problems saying I'm wrong when I'm wrong. I was wrong.
Scram. Who do we have?
Matthews on page 20.
Good morning, Mr. Matthews. Mr. Matthews, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. It's 251-7072. Oh, that's an old case.
On June 22nd, 2024, at approximately 2 a.m., an officer observed a wrecker who ran a red light, causing a U-Haul truck to suddenly stop and avoid a collision. Officers had to make a U-turn and speed up to 100 miles per hour to catch up with the driver, but could not catch up with him. The wrecker was called in and was identified by his Texas driver's license when he responded to another police officer on the scene. This is for reckless driving, right?
What did you do?
So it just says that, I guess the driver ran a red light and caused a U-Haul
Can't
truck
guess.
to try to avoid colliding with the driver when he ran the red light. So the officer made a U-turn to catch up with the driver.
But,
And
I mean, I don't know. Take a seat in the juror box. I need to take a deeper dive with you. I'm not ready yet on that. Come on.
Judge,
Hey,
I have a couple matters today.
okay.
The first one is Michael Flores. I wanted to see if we could reconsider his bond conditions. Back in May, he signed a no driving affidavit. He hasn't been driving since then. He lost his job because he's unable to drive. He works in collision. He's been in school. He really needs to be able to drive now so that he can kind of get his life back on track. So I just wanted to see if we could maybe.
Problem is it's the second one within the last couple months, and that's why I took it away.
Right.
So if it was a first, then I'm all about it.
Right.
But if they continue to act like a fool on the road, at that point, I'm just not going to have sympathy. And I tell them this at the outset. When he got his first one with us a year ago, I told you, if you pick up another one, I'm just not going to have any sympathy for you, and that's it. And Mr. Flores, come up.
He's not here today.
Oh, he's not here. Oh, yeah,
But
then I'm
he's been
not even.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
he's being accused of doing donuts in the parking lot. So while I understand, reckless driving is his second, he isn't endangering the general public. It's in a confined parking lot. And I've looked at the
That
footage.
doesn't make me feel better because
Right.
there's usually a ton of spectators around and they're
Right.
going, with a ton of people watching and You're gonna have to show me that he really truly appreciates the privilege of driving, and him telling me, yeah, I get it. That's just not enough.
Right.
If he's proactive about it in some way and proves to us that he really appreciates it, then perhaps. But him just saying, I'm sorry, that's just not gonna, because he did that the first time and he's still doing it over and over.
Absolutely.
So if you're creative and you show me that he truly appreciates it, then we can talk. But his word means nothing to me,
Okay.
just so you know.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Understood.
who's next?
I also have Jordan Green. He's off docket. He just needs bond conditions today. I can give you the case number 1 second. It's 252-4059.
So Mr. Green tested positive for what was it, cocaine, right? Did you get the cause number, Rachel? We took him into custody because he was testing positive. I don't remember what it was for then. Is it alcohol?
It was Wednesday. Don't think it was cocaine.
So he only took the positive to
Yes, I think
Is that what it was? To pick up the new
Mhm.
case? All right.
Mhm.
Do you mind having him come up?
Yes.
Judge, with my case, I was looking for what case you found, page 20.
No, not yet, because I need to do a deeper dive. I wasn't convinced about probable cause.
Two more, Kelly.
Mr. Green, you know what's expected of you. Don't pick up any new cases. Don't use any dope or alcohol. That's all I'm asking you to do. As long as you can do that, you and I will be friends. Do you understand? All right, I'm gonna have you sign conditions
ask
as
my
such.
mother.
Do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name? As long as you have both, you can continue to drive. But if you don't have insurance, don't drive. Do you understand? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. Got it. Okay, good luck, Mr. Green. Behave yourself out there. Oh
All
my.
right, Judge.
Oh.
I have, he's not on today's docket. He's actually on tomorrow's docket for a bond revocation. You wanted me to put him on Friday. I sent you an email earlier this morning.
Do you want a different day?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
the reason being is that he got.
You don't have to, Omar, if you want a different day, I'm okay with it.
No, I just want to let the court know that he got taken into custody in Fort Bend for a probation violation due to these cases.
Oh.
So I just wanted to see, he might be able to bond out over there. I just want to see if we can move it to next Friday. We plan on resolving these cases. We just need him to get out.
Is he on, is he on docket?
Tomorrow. He got taken in at probation yesterday afternoon.
Okay, just let Victoria know. We'll set it for bond for that day. And I need some kind of, I need proof whether, if he's out, like the day he gets out, he has to come here the next day so that we can get, you know, talking about the bond violation as well. Yeah, okay, for sure. Ready?
Agreement?
Yeah.
Page 23, Nicholas.
And then Omar, just email Victoria. That way you don't have to wait, for sure. Nichols, Corey Nichols, come on.
Page 23.
That's Corey.
Yes, Corey Nichols.
No.
Oh, sorry, Nichols. I was wondering why.
Okay.
Snitch. Sorry.
Hey. You okay over there?
No, I need to talk to him.
Did
Corey
someone time
Nichols.
you out?
Mr. Nichols, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 18, 2024, an officer was actively patrolling at the 1107 block of Freeport Road when they observed criminals crossing in the middle of the street where a sidewalk is provided. Deputies activated their emergency lights to make contact with the males for the violation.
So jaywalking?
Yes. The defendant turned around, looked at the patrol vehicle and waved his hand to wave the deputies off and continued to walk southbound. An officer exited the patrol vehicle and attempted to advise the defendant of the reasoning for the stop. The defendant told the officer to leave him alone and continued to walk past him. The officer asked for their identification and the defendant replied, "I don't need one," and continued to walk past the officer, being uncompliant with the officer's orders. Officer got in front of the defendant once again, requested identification, and the defendant raised his hands up to chest level and stated, "I don't need one," again. The officer attempted to detain the defendant, but the defendant continually pulled his arms away from the officer's attempts to do so. After the officers were able to detain the defendant, he said he knew he was wrong, but he knew he had open warrants.
So where was he crossing exactly?
The 1100 block of Freeport Road. 11.
What is that though? Is he in the middle of the street? He doesn't tell. He's just saying the block. To me, it's a
Yeah,
conclusory
so
statement.
They're saying that they're walking in the middle of the street, but there's a sidewalk along that street, I guess, so he just didn't use the sidewalk.
Yeah, please. Hang tight.
All right, Judge, page 24, Parker. One is getting Parker. Page 26, Ramos. Carlos Ramos. They're in the halls. This one, Judge Parker, on page 24.
Good morning, Judge. I actually have a motion to withdraw on this one. She hired us, we had our initial conversation, and she let us know that she no longer wants us to represent her. So I just want to withdraw from the case.
You don't want them to represent you?
No, all the information wasn't given to me. I was told that I was going to be represented by one person, and then I never met this attorney. And so I just wanted to meet the person before we actually came to court to represent me.
Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, if you, I mean, it's 7 days in, so the only thing I'm gonna ask you from now on, don't come in shorts, right? Disrespectful. I'll grant you much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Parker Evans, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
Let's see. On June 19, 2024, an officer was dispatched to a city park, Montessori in Harris County, Texas. The defendant, which is the parent of a child in the daycare, assaulted a teacher by throwing a pencil holder. The complainant blocked it from hitting her face, but it struck the complainant's index finger, causing pain and bleeding.
So it happened at a daycare. She threw something at someone else?
Yes, at a teacher.
Okay, Ms. Parker Evans, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this location.
It's closed down, so it's not even.
I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons, ma'am. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So first I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go, ma'am. Okay? All right, please. Can you file no contact, no weapons, please?
Yes, Judge.
Thanks.
That's it, Judge.
Okay, Shreya.
Yes, Judge. Hi.
Hey,
I am here on Miss Harris Smallwood fugitive case to request a bond.
Amy?
Please request a bond.
Okay.
Want to bring her out? Oh, actually.
Mike? Yes, please. I'm going to wait. Is there anything else? Can I talk to Nathan while we wait? Okay.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Nathan.
Thank you for the courtesy call last night.
How are you?
Good. I'm sad that I talked so little since I was on television. But oh well.
You look good.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Mendoza, first name Nicholas. He's got 2 cases on your back.
Yes. Tell me, what are we doing with Mr. Mendoza?
with his felony, they will dismiss these 2 misdemeanors. He has felony court on the 9th. Just ask for the day after to see if he clears it.
Do we know that that's gonna happen?
The offer is up on the thing. I spoke with the client.
It's old, so. Mr. Mendoza, come up. Your case is nearly 200 days old and it's time for you to make a decision. I will give you the courtesy of having this open until the day after your felony case, but after that, you're out of time. If you do not accept the plea bargain offer here, by that time, I'm going to set your case for trial and all offers go away. Do you understand? Okay, all right, guys. See you soon.
Everyone. Random note, Judge. The MAC has given me permission to file motions to restore property on appointed clients' guns for the purposes of the guns to go to me, which I find lovely and fascinating. But I wanted to ask.
You had this very issue as well, Mr. Slider.
Yeah.
And
They told me no.
they said him no, they've told you yes. I need more guidance because I don't know. Is it a conflict?
Really? Who did you talk to? Brian.
Happy birthday.
Gaither? Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. Let me run it by the hires up as well.
Yeah.
Because I certainly don't want anyone to get in trouble about it.
Yeah.
Because I know now everybody's ears. Whoop.
Yeah, I do that too. Wait, what can we, can and cannot do?
But Brian Gaither. So. Have to go above his head to get that. So Brian supposedly went to that.
So on appointed cases where there's a gun, you can get it back for payment.
For me. Yeah.
I was told that was.
Because you're also getting paid through the county, so I don't know.
I know. So I was gonna ask if you have any objection before I start filing motions, but I'll flush it back up there if we change.
Well, my only issue is if we give the gun back to you, what if the true owner comes back and goes, hey man, I want my gun back? What do we do at that point?
Well, so that would be my, they're supposed to clear it to make sure it's not stolen for weeds.
That, and then do we need a release from the true owner of the gun? I don't know. So this is just
I'll keep it in mind.
percolating, I guess.
Thank you.
Hi. Okay, Shreya, ready?
Yes, Judge.
Smallwood, you said, right?
Yes.
Good morning, Miss Smallwood. How's jail? Really? Wow, you have been a very busy person. Let's go through your stuff. So at the outset, it looks like you're wanted out of state for one reason or the other. I have no idea. I know you're gonna tell me it's all gumdrops, tulips, and little bunnies jumping, right? But how I get to know you is how you look on paper, right? What I see now, you have a credit card abuse that's open, a felony credit card abuse, a felony theft, 2,500, 2 or more times open, a felony fraud, another credit card abuse open, another credit card abuse open, another felony theft open, an aggravated robbery. Is that it? And then what else you got open out of state?
She has 2 thefts of properties from Houston County. Alabama.
No kidding. What would you like? A unicorn?
Judge, I understand and I see it, but she's got a lot of skin in the game. She's got about, I don't even know how many thousands of dollars of bonds on felonies that she's made. And technically Alabama is just minor thefts. Realistically, we don't want Alabama to spend the money to come get her. She's gonna put up her own money, and you know what? She's gonna have not only this bond, she's gonna have all those other bonds up in the air, and so she's got a lot on the line, and we discussed that. Now, the failure to appear, Judge, I know just one more argument, was only because she was in jail here. She was keeping up with the Alabama case. It's Does not bode well, the number of cases and types of charges, of course not. But she technically, it was not really a failure to appear, it's just, she couldn't go. She has been keeping up with it. Her family is very invested in helping her and got a lot of financial investment. And as a side note, I mean, she's been feeling it. Her sister got shot in the face, 20-year-old sister shot in the face, and she had her funeral yesterday and she missed it. So
That sucks.
she understands like what's been going on and she's feeling it.
My
And
sister died.
my little sister.
That sucks.
Her boyfriend shot her in the face was in the news. So she's very,
It's
parents,
awful.
I'm not speaking for you, but is this something where you are committed? And she understands if she doesn't go within 14 days, it's not just this bond, it's everything.
She has an open aggravated robbery of over 65 or disabled. So do I venture a guess that that is allegedly probably taking care of an elderly and she takes a bunch of credit cards and uses them? Is that?
I would have to see if there was an offense. But Judge, she's also had similar history in other states within the last few years as well. So we wouldn't feel comfortable releasing her on bond. We have concerns that she would be a danger to the community if we did so.
I think so too, Ms. Smallwood. You've repeatedly shown to us that you don't care about our public. You don't care about our bond conditions. And that is evidenced by your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 open cases here where you have been filed on in multiple dates. And you also have multiple offenses in Alabama, and then you have similar offenses in another state. So essentially, you are playing hopscotch with the states with criminality. And you want me to give you a bond? Really? I would like hair, but I'm not going to get it. That's just a sad fact of life. Like here, it's also a sad fact of life. I'm not giving you a bond because if I let you out, what's going to happen? Historically speaking, every 2 months you pick up a case. So if I let you out in 2 months, you're going to pick up another case. I don't want that to happen. Sometimes we have to protect people from their own selves. You are your own worst enemy. And now I'm going to protect you from yourself. I'm not giving you a bond. I can't trade it.
Understood. Thank
You know what I mean? It'd be, and not only that, all the money she's posted for here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 $60,000 bond. Whose money is that? All these are credit card abuse cases. She's getting money from somewhere.
12 years of Catholic school. I know how to behave on a bench seat. I just know how to behave, and I'm just gonna participate as a watcher, and I'm not going to make a spectacle of a courtroom. Take
Some
a
other
pom-pom,
place.
except
No.
for my tambourine.
Sorry, man. You're staying with me.
I am wearing tap
Just let
shoes.
Alabama know that I'm not, so that they can come get her. You know, the good news is that you've made bond
Oh
on
my
these cases, so
gosh.
we now get.
You know what I'm gonna bring? You know what I'm gonna bring, guys? I'm gonna bring a stamper. Because we don't hear enough stamping in this courtroom. I'm gonna be back there stamping papers all day. I'm gonna, I'm gonna have a real loud mouse that clicks back there. I'm gonna sit behind this guy right here, and I'm gonna keep saying to him, "Hey, let me see your cat again."
Give Alabama 14 days to come get you. If they don't come get you, then they'll file a dismissal. Or has she waived? Or
She
no?
has waived. What date did she waive? September 25th.
Yeah, so you have actually 13 days. No way, Miss Smallwood. It's time to pay the piper. Thank you. Maitreya, thank you for your tenacity.
I had something today.
It's fine, I was just.
Judge, I'm here on Raymond Lopez, who is unofficially on the docket today. My understanding is pre-trial is ordering a removal of his screen device because they cannot pay for it. Raymond Lopez.
I remember.
Okay,
So I guess we'll put him on bond then, or what?
I don't think we're able to do that. Pre-trial, my understanding, Judge, is we're not able to do that, so I wanted to throw out a couple of other alternatives. Mr. Lopez has a no driving affidavit in place.
I want him to have a device.
He does, okay, you want him to have a device?
I don't trust him.
Okay, they won't pay for his scram. What I wanted to ask the court, his issue was always THC. It was not an alcohol issue. The case from
I
5 years
don't-
ago was,
I don't
it was
remember.
THC that kept coming back in the urine. So I was gonna ask the court if you would consider having him do call-ins for randoms as opposed to having to pay on his own out of pocket for a scram.
I mean, I'll have him come in 3 times a week to test then. He'll have to come in 3 times a week to test.
3 times a week.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay, so his options are.
Or I don't know. I don't even know because,
September 3rd.
oh, hell no. It's no.
He was negative on September 10th.
She does, okay.
But before that, he had a long.
Can you look to see if it's a diluted sample, please? Can you give me a second?
Of course.
Yeah.
Judge, I
Just a
have
couple
another
minutes.
client on the docket.
Okay. Who else?
Mr. Cobbs, he went over for a UA this morning. He is here, Judge, and there is a substance that came back and he is absolutely stupefied as to not only what the substance is, but how it is present.
Come up, Mr. Cobb. I know what it is.
Yeah.
That is something that you take so that you don't have withdrawal symptoms.
Or heroin or more.
And I need to know if he has a prescription for that or not. So
Judge, according to my client, he has
that
not.
is a extremely controlled substance. If he doesn't have a prescription for it, then you're gonna stay with me.
I don't know
Dude, your heart goes on your sleeve. Duh.
what it is. That's why I'm asking. Sir, you told me to get clean. I had tested for the last drug.
On Monday, he was here and tested.
I'm not supposed to show up.
Okay, and on Monday, but today you're supposed to have a negative test and now you have another foreign substance in your system.
That's why I'm saying I don't know. I'm not gonna come in your face and test clean to get everything else out of my system and I have something new. I don't even know what that is. I'm willing to go take another drug test. So I've got my son's birthday next
Send him
week.
for another test right now.
My son's birthday next week. I'm not supposed to try and do that.
Send you for another test right now. We'll see. Perhaps it's a false positive. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
All right,
Thank you.
head back over there. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Who thinks it's a false positive other than Michael?
Morning, Mr. Approach. I'm here on Mr. Gonzalez, Eric Gonzalez.
Oh.
Yes, he was already before you. He's in the holdover now. No way, no how.
He has 2 other open DWIs, and now he has a 3rd open DWI? No, that's, I mean.
I did glance at his bond conditions that were given to him. Back there, it looks like basically house arrest, GPS, scram, all the above.
Within days of court, I guess, right? And to meet with a lawyer, but he has 3 open DWIs in 3 different counties. He's gonna kill someone.
I think he is living at home with his parents. He's a roofer, so work is irregular. He was on the phone with his father when I went back there. I could hear his father through the phone. Would the court consider, well, first of all, has the court set bond?
I'm going to, I was gonna do it now. I'm not letting him go, Will. He has 3 open DWIs. I'm not letting him go. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He's probably driving without an interlock. Probably both other jurisdictions have ordered him to have an interlock. It's a complete and utter middle finger to every court. That's what it is.
What's the bond?
50,000.
50?
50.
Okay. Would the court consider lowering it if I were to bring a parent to court to talk with you about the case and if the court could see that he had a parent at home living with
I
him.
don't know. And you know, Will, I need to know how aggravating the others are too. Was he an accident in the other DWIs? How high are the blows? Is he passed out on the side of the road like he is here? There's just so many other variables that I need to see before we even let him out. And how do you condition the person that refuses to be conditioned? Because I know whatever I put on him, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Because he's already shown us in 2 different counties with 2 other different judges, right? So what do you do with the person who just doesn't follow anything? Right, that's therein lies the rub, because you've already shown it. You just don't give a rat's behind about what any other judge, any other, you know, and hopefully now he gets it. He understands, hey man, wow, I really messed up. I can't be doing this anymore. Right? Me, if I were to let him out now, it would be enabling him, saying, hey, okay, fine, here's another slap on the wrist. And it's not. It's absolutely not. And now, luckily, we can.
You know, I'm glad it doesn't get very cold in Texas often because, like, how would he buy gloves? I mean, do they have gloves that long in Texas? He needs mittens, I guess.
Get our talons on him before he kills someone. Yeah.
If I get some more
So,
information.
yeah, find out what's going on in the other counties. I'd like to know, is there, the other thing I'd like to do, I want to T-Raz him now. I'd like to have him T-Raz, see what's going on with him. He's 19. He's 3 open DWIs, you know? It's screaming WMAC. Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Hi, Mike, Dan, I'm always open ears, right?
Once I get more information, we'll talk to his family.
You can always come back, we can talk, but you gotta very up about it.
I've got Ezekiel Gomez for police.
Okay. Ezekiel Gomez, coming up.
It looks like we're in for cooler weather, 88 degrees. So you gotta get your jacket out, your gloves.
I was exercising this morning outside and it was cold. It was just so great.
We're so conditioned. 100 degrees.
And it's only gonna get better, you know? It's just so great. Good morning, Mr. Gomez.
Maybe his wife makes
Mr. Gomez, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. This charge is going to go on your record. You need to understand from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. The other thing is that by taking a conviction on this case, it's very possible that DPS suspends your driver's license. So before you start driving, you need.
No, Kelly, I know you have gloves there, but Will's hands are humongous. Like, his fingers go like that much further than my fingers. And we have a lot of gloves in Pennsylvania, a lot of gloves. I don't even know if we have gloves that are that long. His hands are just huge.
To contact them and find out and make sure that if they suspend your license or not. Because if not, you're walking or driving probable cause. Or you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. How do you plead to the offense, sir? This is what you want to do. Okay, I'll find you guilty. I'll send it to you the agreement. Good luck to you, Mr. Gomez. All right, thanks. Dan. You too. Take care.
Last one. Last one, I promise. Okay, I
Hey,
have,
as much as you want.
I have, Emerson on docket today, first name Lonnie. He has a bond violation.
Listen.
Emerson, Amason.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, he has a bond violation. He was scheduled for a test on the 23rd. He didn't show. I was about to reset him. Do you want to see him or do you want to schedule him?
This is person now.
The parents was waived today.
No, on a bond violation, will require appearances.
That's so cool, Raven. You're twins, but she was 18 and you were 19? Irish twins.
Well, I just got the bond violation report.
Okay, so let's do this. Can you bring him here tomorrow?
I can call him and tell him to do it
Let him
tomorrow.
know.
Okay.
Okay, for sure. Hey. You know, it's a DWI probation, right? But I have to put an interlock on him. It's the law.
We have come up with a solution, Judge.
Okay.
A portable device would be acceptable.
Reset.
I have worked with, okay, so if they remove the scram today, he's paid this weekend. Would you permit him until Monday to get that device?
Okay. If he doesn't have it on Monday, I'm putting him in jail. Let him know.
Okay.
And I don't care. And I'm so sick of this that I'm ready to put him in jail for 180 days the next time he has a violation. It's over.
He hasn't had any violations.
He tested positive for marijuana.
That was weeks ago. That was weeks ago, Judge.
You came here for the MAJ back in August 20th on that day.
How many times has this gentleman been here? Really, we've probably dealt with him, Mr. Lopez, probably more than any other person that we singularly had to deal with on a probation for a violation.
Mr. Lopez has been trying, Judge. It was always THC, and his last drug test came back negative.
He's trying.
Yes.
Always.
Yes.
And we have literally bent over backwards
Yes.
not to put him in jail.
And he
But-
understands if there are any violations, he will go to jail.
And I'm gonna tell you now, max him out. Gonna get maxed. Next time he has a violation, I don't care what it is, and have on the thing on Monday, then that's it.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
Are you looking for a translator?
I can request one.
No.
Oh, no. We haven't. I skipped over that. Okay, so 32, Williams, come on up.
Baez. The lawyer Baez, he has a case, right? Yeah.
Page 32, Williams.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 18, 2024, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a citizen holding call or a citizen holding suspect call at 9825 Stella Link Road in Harris County, Texas. Law enforcement officer made contact with the complainant. The complainant, a coach at Emory Weiner School, stated that he witnessed the defendant inside of the boys' locker room talking to students. The
What?
complainant told the defendant The complainant told the defendant to leave and not to interact with the students, which the defendant refused. The complainant stated that security guards entered the locker room and forcefully removed the defendant. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant detained in front of the boys' locker room and was identified with his Texas driver's license.
Mr. Williams, you're not a student there or a teacher there, are you? Okay, don't go back to Emory Weiner. Holy moly, if I find that you go back to a school or any, is it an elementary school? And it's like a high school, isn't it? Like a,
I believe it's a middle school. Let me double check.
do you have any children? I'm ordering you not to go to any high school, any middle school, any elementary school whatsoever for any reason. Not to have contact with anyone under the age of 15. And if you do, I'm gonna put you in jail. Do you understand?
I guess it's a mixed school. They
Right.
serve grades 6 through 12.
How old are you, Mr. Williams? What do you do for a living, sir? Okay, I'm gonna tell you now that my sole purpose in life is to protect every single child in this county. And if I find that you become a danger to anyone, I'm gonna make your bond so high, you're gonna have teeth falling out. Do you understand, sir? No contact, and I'm absolutely serious. How much money do you make a month, sir? Okay. We are gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So for now, I'm gonna have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions, while you sign it.
Judge, can we also ask for restrictions to parking?
So Are you here on this case?
I'm not judge, I just have no scared the probable cause.
Tell me, what do you got?
Well, based upon the probable cause, judge, the state would recommend restriction to any parks where children should be normally at play and restriction to internet access in order to prevent any type of harassment. But I am not on this case.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I want to protect all children, right? He was charged with something like a child pornography, then absolutely, right? But he may have a lot of business on internet, banking, mortgage, just. Parks, okay. Internet, I don't know. I think that might be,
Yeah.
You see what they want me to do, Mr. Williams, right? And I'm going to tell you now, if I were to limit your internet access, your life would be it would just be a lot more difficult. I don't want to make your life difficult, but at the same time, I want to protect every single child here. And I'm going to do everything I need to do it. Do you understand? So if I find that you're acting a fool out there in the free world, however it may be, you saw me just now put someone else with a $50,000 bond. I mean, I have no problem making it $500,000. I've done it before and I'll do it again. So just beware when you're out there, make smart choices. Do you understand? Okay, so no parks or places where children can go.
Any devices?
Devices, guys?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Device?
Most definitely a GPS device with an exclusion zone, Judge. At that.
I think I agree with that as well, but I'll waive the fee so he doesn't have to pay for it.
Judge, we
But
would ask for
yeah,
home confinement as well.
well, I'm not gonna do home confinement. He's gotta work. That would seriously, he said he doesn't have children.
Could we request some sort of proof of employment, Judge, so I know that he's not misrepresenting the public or we say no home confinement, because this is a dangerous case, Judge. And part of the community is affected by this case. Children were affected. He goes into the boys'
have
locker
questions.
room, refuses to leave. Then when he says he's gonna leave, he goes to the girls' locker room. And yes, Judge, it's a very dangerous case and the community was affected.
That device.
The school that is happening, any high school.
Yeah, and then going within 500 feet of any school, elementary school. Yeah. I'm putting a monitor on you so I know where you are because I'm not going to take your word for it. Understand if the battery dies, so will you. You have to charge it on a daily basis.
I knew you would
That
make
thing
it.
costs around $500 to $600 a month. I'm going to pay for it for you so that there's no excuse, but you need to understand that you're going to have to charge that thing on a daily basis. And if the battery dies, that's it. I'm not going to entertain any excuses. Do you understand? Now, I'm not going to require proof of employment, but I'm going to take your word that you're a working man, that if you somehow you need to survive, but just you're walking and skirting a very short leash here. Do you understand, Mr. Williams? Okay. Well, you have the right to remain silent. I've got a ton of DAs here and everything you say, they're going to use it again. They're going to, use it against you. And I want to protect you as much as I can within the, bounds of the law. Do you need me to appoint you a lawyer?
I do.
Okay. I'll have him fill out an application. Yeah, I guess no drugs, no alcohol as well. Yeah. I will provide you a lawyer today. They'll be able to counsel you on how to move forward, but no drugs, no alcohol. You know what the other conditions are. They want me to make you stay at home. I don't want to have to do that. Just, you understand what's expected of you, right? Okay, man. All right. I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We're gonna have you fill out an application and then I'll just have you take a seat in the jury box.
You just state the following conditions.
All right, I'm going
No,
past
okay.
the
we're gonna
typer,
monitor the pretrial.
Is that pretrial bond?
somewhere
There's
past
a
the
mother
grade
Thompson
typer.
is basketball player. Who's good? The 70s.
How are you doing today? What's new, man? So I guess you have a conflict with your lawyers now.
Yes, I've been had a conflict with my lawyers for some time.
You need a lawyer to represent you, though.
Hey, you can represent me. I mean, I still filed a complaint with the bar, so I don't care how it goes. But I mean, I most definitely have a problem with them.
They want to withdraw from your case now.
Yeah, that's the second time they want to withdraw. How does that work? How do you quit twice?
Usually, when you file a grievance against a lawyer, at that point, the relationship becomes just irreparable, right? You just can't, you end up both just resenting each other, you don't get along, yada, yada, yada. So regardless, you need a lawyer to represent you in this case. So are you gonna go hire another one, right?
No, I mean, he already stole my money.
I don't know anything about, how
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
don't
know anything about anything.
He signed, just a minute. They signed him up, and then, I'm not on record, but he asked me to come in and make this motion for him.
Okay.
But he charged him the regular fee, I know that's what he does.
Did you ask for a refund of the fee?
No, I haven't even talked to him. I haven't talked to him since I've been out of jail.
When'd you get out?
I want to say about 5 weeks ago.
Have you gone over there to see them? Well,
they got my number. I mean,
well, do you expect them to call you? You want a back rub too?
well, they text me to say that they want to quit.
In this world, it's a two-way street, right? You have to do stuff and they have to do stuff. If you're just gonna call them or you're just gonna wait for them to call and not do anything, I mean, you also have to put an effort as well, right? Like in every relationship, whether it's your parents, whether it's a wife, it's always a two-way road. You know, if only one person does all the work, the other person's gonna resent. It's both have to give as well. And I'm not saying that you got to do too much, but at the minimum, put in a phone call. Say, hey man, can we set up a meeting at your office so we can go through the evidence and see what you have?
I've dropped off tons of evidence between recorded phone calls. Man, they haven't seen anything. They haven't done anything. Mr. Johnson, can you remind me what's going on in your case? I mean, you don't know. So I find it very frustrating to deal with them, you know, and I mean.
So let's do this, okay? I need Mr. Garza to come here, okay? So what I'm willing to do is this. Why don't we set this for next week? You pick whatever day you want, and I'm gonna ask Mr. Garza to actually come here because he's the one that signed on to this case. He's the one that's technically representing you, okay? Not Ralph. So we'll ask for him to appear so that you guys can go through everything and sit down, have a conversation, and you can do it here, right? That way you know you can hear it from him.
Brother, you might want to know, I could ask this gentleman, who did you file the grievance against?
You can't file it against in a law firm. They said you can only do it with one individual lawyer. So I just picked the one that was coming to court.
And who was that?
What's his name? I forgot.
Stephen Goins?
Yeah, Mr. Goins.
Okay, so Stephen Goins works for Eric Garza.
And yeah, I know.
He's the one that the grievance was filed against, but Mr. Goins, I guess.
But he's not the attorney of record in this case. So let's do this. Let's pick a day next week. I'm happy with any day but Friday, because Fridays are just way too busy for us with arraignments. Any day you want, I'm happy to do it. I'm gonna request that they have Mr. Garza come because he's the one that's signed on as the lawyer in your case. We'll have him, please have him bring all the evidence that you have, everything that you have with regard to this case. We'll have you guys meet, and then we'll talk and see if anything fruitful can come from it. Are you okay with that?
I'm fine. I don't got no more money, so I mean, I'm limited on options. So yeah, sure.
I think, Your Honor.
And as lawyers, right? For them to earn money, they have to do some work.
You would think.
Right. And I'm with you on that. Because lawyers, according to bar rules, have to justify what they're doing for the money. You can always request an accounting, right? And then they have to justify what they've done with the money.
Michael.
So we can do that. I want everybody to get along, right? But to be able to do that, we need him here as well.
But I just want to add, this gentleman said he didn't have any other options. He does have an option of getting appointed, right?
But he paid you guys money.
No, right, he paid him.
Right. I mean, it would be silly. He paid a bunch of money for you guys. Nothing's been done. And then I'm going to give him a lawyer now.
He said
Just-
nothing. That's what you're gonna find out.
So right. And you're right. That's why have Mr. Garza come here and we can see what he's done.
But just to maybe an academic discussion, but what if Garza comes down here, let's say hypothetically, nothing has been done. Let's just say, his option would be, I don't think he would.
And he
want
can't
Garza to
justify keeping the
represent
money.
him. He still wouldn't want him to represent him anyway.
But then he can't justify keeping the money. Give him his money back.
Get the bar and hit more lawsuit.
Say it again.
Wouldn't that be like between him and the civil court? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not, I don't get the money. I'm just
Look,
saying.
your recourse is you always have the state bar, right? You can always request an accounting, okay? To see what they've done to justify having and being able to keep the money, right? Because if they've done nothing, they can't justify keeping it. That's it.
Well, I have Mr. Goins and Mr. Garza here.
Well, no, not Mr. Goings, because he's not the attorney of record here.
But he was the one that might have been the money.
I don't know, but Mr. Goings now is,
Recess? Because the felony's been resolved now. So now I'm just dealing with this. I just want to get this over with. I mean, let's do that.
Were they representing you on the felony?
They quit on that too.
the problem is this is a violation of a protective order, right? If you plead to it, there are potential consequences, you
I'm not
know?
gonna plead to it, but I'm just still want to
Well,
go.
but you saying I wouldn't be done with it, there's only one way, or there's only two ways, right?
Right.
You plead to the case, or we set it for trial. Those are the only two options that we have. For what? Well, that's not time served. If they've offered him time served, then that's basically you walk out of here today. However, you'd end up with a conviction on your record. And I don't know what you want to do. So let's do this. Let's have a meeting. Let's pick a day next week, any day but Friday. Ralph,
I'll
if
give him
you,
the date.
okay, and then if you can let Mr. Garza know, please come here. Please bring the entire file so we can find out
Absolutely.
what you guys have, and then you guys can have a meeting. Your case is not too old. Mr. Johnson, your case is 127 days old. So if you need another 30 days, 45 days, I'm happy to give it to you so you guys can take more time to discuss. But
Get that done.
Quit. I just want to complain. So, just like I
No,
said.
no, I totally understand your position and I get it. I'd be upset too, right? But let's see what they have to say. Perhaps something fruitful can come from the relationship. I know Eric and he's a nice guy, right? But let's see.
Give some money back. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Just do it.
All right, so guys, head on over there and we'll see you next week, huh?
I'll get you a court date, sir. You don't mind waiting. And then have another one, Judge.
Okay.
I mentioned it, but once again for Lara, they agreed Kane, and they filed a motion to withdraw on that one. I'm just a messenger.
Everyone's just a messenger nowadays. man.
That's for
Last
last
name?
payment.
What's the last name?
Kane, K-N.
Page 18.
I usually stay on them, and they only get paid, I don't get paid, but I guess they get paid.
So, let's do this. This is a waived appearance and I don't think that the defendant is here as well.
Okay.
Why don't we set this for the same day that you set the other one? Let the defendant know he's got to be here. Okay, and then we'll talk with Mr. Garza and Mr. Kane and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I have Mr. Garza here from Mr. Kane too.
Please.
Thank you.
Set up for the same day.
Thank you.
All right.
This Contreras, Judge, Cinder Contreras, we just on. Make sure she makes payments. I was gonna.
Oh, yeah, how's it going?
I was gonna roll it till tomorrow for the payroll person.
Thank you.
Just didn't make the payroll, or whatever. So long story short is, she usually makes the payments today. She'll make it in the morning. So I was gonna roll the case to tomorrow, just to make sure she makes that payment. So she usually makes the payment on Thursday, and so.
Last payment I see was from, I don't see anything about a payment today.
Make the payment to the-
If she doesn't have the payment for tomorrow, that's it. Okay.
Just want to check.
2 away. We're 2 away from 8,000 subscribers. I just cut off Melissa. I'm sorry, Melissa.
I'm gonna tell you that
Oh, a Cinnabon and a
if you
beer.
weren't,
I'm
then I
down.
wasn't gonna do this. We take driving while intoxicated cases extremely serious because we in Houston lead the nation in fatalities with regard to drunk driving. Absolutely disgusting. And if you don't believe me, watch the news. Every day, someone is either dead, dying, losing a limb because of a DWI. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop it. And if it means locking you up, I'm going to do it. Do you understand? If you want to go drink until you're sick, just don't get into a car. That's all we are asking for. It's not difficult. If you need to get from point A to point B, call an Uber. How much money have you paid this gentleman? $20.
I'm only going to Texas so that the airport can pat me down. Don't step on my keyboard. Darn it. Ah. Yeah, that was my cat, guys. Now I have to pretend to remember where I was. Nope. Right, we're past that. I have none idea where I was. Did we do this guy yet? Can we just start here? I don't know where I was. An hour 50. Well, so we
Is
were.
this a refile? Is this a refile? This
I
is a
don't
new
remember
case, right?
seeing this.
New case, yeah. Okay, and we're doing a plea? Okay, so you are Carlos Ramos. How old are you, Mr. Ramos? You're 17. What do you do with yourself these days? Shh. What do you do with yourself these days? I don't even know what happened with this case. All I know is that you're charged with attempted auto theft. So you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I'd like to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent.
could.
Anything you say can or will be used against you. What happened? Because I don't even know.
Yes.
Please.
On September 19, 2024, there was a 911 call of a burglary of a vehicle in progress. The reportee described 3 defendants' clothing in detail, including black masks covering their faces. The reportee stated that when he passed by a red truck, the defendants began to duck down in a attempt to hide. The reportee advised the suspects were driving a black Nissan sedan. The officers arrived and saw a black Cadillac sedan bearing a fictitious Texas temporary tag in a parking spot. 3 defendants were inside the car pretending to be asleep. The defendant's clothing matched the reportee's description in the 911 call, and the reportee identified the 3 defendants as the males that were attempting to enter the red truck. The defendant was observed to be making movements in the back seat as if attempting to hide something. All of the defendants were detained. The law enforcement officer searched the defendant's incident to arrest.
We saw this,
The co-defendant
right?
had a keyless entry car key fob with an uncut key in his pant pocket. The complaint is located in the value at $35,000.
This is one of those key fobs that you can get into any damn car. So
Other objects that were found in the black sedan, another keyless entry car key fob with an uncut key in the center console, a flathead screwdriver in the driver door, a key programmer set in the back seat floorboard, pliers, jumper cables, a radio antenna, and fictitious temporary license plate and a black ski mask.
oh, they're ready to make this car their own. It also says here that he picked up a felony PCS. What did he have on him? Cocaine or meth?
An oxycodone pill, Your Honor.
Oh, God. What happened with the co-defendants in this case?
They were arrested. I don't know whether they're in this court or
Cifuentes was
not.
the guy, was that the guy that we took into custody yesterday? Cifuentes, right?
Yes.
And then 14.
I think was felony.
I know one of them probably has a rap sheet. 'Cause
And
he's-
their case is still pending, Judge, at this time.
Mr. Ramos, what you're doing now is you're entering into a deferred adjudication, which is a type of probation that if you complete, you don't end up with a conviction. I'm telling you that a theft conviction is one of the worst convictions you can get because you become unemployable, meaning that people don't hire thieves. You'll never get a good job. You won't. I want him to do a TRAS to see what other conditions he may need. You will do the other conditions. If you don't, I'm just going to put you in jail and then we'll have you do it in the jail. So you will do these conditions one way or the other. One of those conditions is not to use dope or alcohol. Do you have a drug problem? You just have oxy on you. You're telling me you don't have a drug problem? Who's around in your life now? Okay, who? Are they here? Is anyone here for you? What about dad? Is your dad around? Part of the conditions are that you're to have random drug testing, substance abuse treatment, 50 hours of community service. I think that instead of the community service, we should do either some kind of effective decision-making class or an anti-theft class, something other than, I think the community service is just no, we're going to make him work when he's better served by learning, you know?
Just say the anti-theft and then the TRS made a community first.
Okay, you're not allowed to hang out with the other people. I'm making it a condition of your probation that you're not to hang out with these other kids as well. No drug usage, and I want him tested on a weekly basis. I'm gonna test you on a weekly basis. The next time you test positive, I'm gonna file a motion to revoke your probation and I'm gonna put you in a treatment facility in the jail. So it stops now. You can either stop on your own. If you're unable to do it, then I'm gonna do it for you.
Guys, we'll get there. I just put out
Must
shorts
stay in school
yesterday.
full-time as well. Must get his GED. I'm sorry, high school diploma or GED equivalent. He's not allowed to be out in the middle of the night. So he has a curfew. Go get your mom, please. You need a translator for your mom? Can you call a translator, please? Is the felony going to be dismissed when we do this, or is it still open?
I don't know, Judge, he did, said, so once that happens, we'll enter as attorneys of record for that case. And our goal is whether, well, we'll see. They've already offered PTI, but I mean, that I think that ADA already took that off the table because they want to see what's either going on in here or because of his Chewy.
¿Hablas inglés o no? Ok. Tu hijo tiene un cargo muy serio. ¿Sabes de todos los cargos que él tiene? Tratando de robar un auto. También tenía píldoras en felonía también. Vamos a hacer un probation hoy. Una de las condiciones del probation, no puede usar drogas o alcohol. Y si él usa, lo voy a poner en la cárcel y va a tener treatment ahí en la cárcel. También no puede tener contacto con los otros niños que tenía en este caso.
That's not my fault. I was trying to finish up the turkey that I made before it goes bad, and cats love turkey, and that was my fault. I should have known better.
Tiene que hacer un clase de no robar. Dime, ¿quién está en la casa ahora contigo, ayudando? ¿Quién más?
Thank you, Fozzie. Do you have any suggestions on where I should buy a hand? I bet you bought some good ones. Can you get those on Temu?
Nada más. Tú trabajas. So, cuando tú vas, ¿quién se queda en la casa con él? Okay. Otro de las condiciones es que él no puede estar afuera desde las 9 de la noche hasta 6 de la mañana. Si él sale, va a quebrar el probation y se va a la cárcel. Le voy a dar un curfew, que no quiero que él sale en la noche. What else did we say?
Will he be inside the no contact with co-defendants?
Oh, va a hacer exámenes de drogas cada semana. Y si él tiene un positivo, él se va a quedar.
That's it. That's why. Jim, you cracked the whole code. Everything is bigger in Texas because hands are cheaper in Texas because they're a bit smaller than normal hands, which makes everything. Small hands make everything look bigger.
Conmigo. Algo más que tú pienses que él necesita. Oh, también tienes que estar en la escuela, mantener en la escuela. Si no, tú me tienes que. Yo estoy tratando de ayudar a tu hijo. También yo necesito tu ayuda también. Si él no está haciendo lo que tiene que hacer, yo te voy a dar mi carta o el carta de Shatoria. Tienes que avisar a nosotros que no está haciendo lo que tiene que hacer y vamos a poner un orden que lo tiene que hacer. Pero yo no puedo ayudarle a él si ustedes no me avisan. ¿Me entiendes? Did you understand that? Basically, I'm telling mom that I need her help if he's screwing up out there. I need her to tell us that he's screwing up. Otherwise, we're just not going to know. And yo quiero ayudarle porque a veces ellos hacen algo y nosotros no sabemos y ya es muy tarde. Eso por qué. Do you have any questions, Mr. Ramos?
I'm also just going to say, for you people on replay crew who are watching and don't see chat, you're missing a special chat day. I have no idea what's going on in chat today. I see words that are being typed, but I have no idea what half of them mean. None. I'm lost.
What about it? You cannot go out past 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. If you go out of your house past 9 p.m., then I'm gonna lock you up.
That's understandable.
So then you have to also live by that one as well. If the felony court has given you a curfew, oh, wonderful. Thank you, Louise. So it appears that Mr. Ramos is telling me that there's a curfew in the felony court as well. I'm putting a curfew on him now because I do not want him out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens in the middle of the night. So that's why if you also have a curfew at the felony court, you also have to abide by that curfew. If theirs is 7 p.m., then you got to abide by that one. But if I find that you're out past our curfew, I have the ability to put you in jail for an entire year. And I will do it in a heartbeat to straighten you out. If that's what it takes to straighten you out, I'm going to do it. I want you to understand I have no problems, and I don't care if your mom, your tío, your tía, if anyone is kicking and screaming because you're out, I don't care. I'm going to do what I think is right. And if you're starting to get chueco, I'm going to straighten you out. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to this, or once you accept the probation, Mr. Ramos, you are stuck with this until you get revoked or unless you complete it successfully. If you complete it successfully, no conviction on your record. That's what you want in this case. If you violate conditions, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I will put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in orange. The only thing we're going to talk about is if you violated your probation, and if you did, you're looking at an entire year. What I'm going to do, and I'm telling you now, is that I will use the jail as a sanction for you. So if you start screwing up, I will put you in jail, perhaps for the first time a week, perhaps maybe 2 weeks, depending on how you mess up. I'm going to let you back out, and then we're going to continue on. And I'm going to do this until you graduate from high school. I will keep putting you in jail until you graduate from high school. Once you graduate from high school, I'll call it a day between you and I. The most important thing in your life is now school.
Dave, I
Nothing
didn't
else
think about
matters.
that.
And staying out of trouble. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But a part-time job, not a full-time job. Your most important thing is school. You need a high school diploma. If the job interferes with school, then no. Your schooling is more important. The more in this life, the more school you do, the better job you're going to get. The better job you get, the more money you make. All the knuckleheads in jail now, they never grew up. They were 17. They like to go out, get mucked up, and they never grew up. I have 70-year-olds in there now that never grew up, still acting like a 17-year-old. What a shame, because they've been in and out of custody. They've never done anything with their life. Never gone on vacation, never bought a car. Complete wastoids. Don't do that. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for 18 months. I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Ramos. Don't be the typical 17-year-old. Do better. Okay? Thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
Say it again? No, wait, fees. Come on. No, because he's caught with oxy pills, man. No. Like every week I want to test.
Okay.
Mr. Villarreal. Hey, you guys are done.
So the mitigation's not passed? You know, I'm gonna start checking with the state. They've been telling me it's submitted.
It's okay.
Yes or no, sir. Okay.
He speaks English. Okay. I'm giving you 2 weeks to have the entire packet filled out and turned in. If you don't have it done by 2 weeks, I'm gonna bring you back here every single day until you have it done. Do you understand? Your case is nearly 200 days and it's time. All right? Okay. Ciao. They will. Yeah.
I have 3 cases on the docket.
Okay.
The first is Chase Smith. Mr. Smith was.
Oh my God, it's 200.
Go ahead with it.
So he doesn't need a mitigation packet, right?
We've already taken care of that. We got approved based on the mitigation.
Oh, I see. So has he done the TRAS?
No.
So we'll send him for a TRAS now. If you've already got all the stuff done, then all we need to do is wait for the contract, right?
Yes.
Other than the TRAS. Great. Okay, so we'll send him for the TRAS now. That way you have that part done, and then you're gonna get the contract. Then you have to pay the DA fee, get the interlock, and then you're in. Okay? Okay, just hang tight, and then I'll have Shatori talk to you, and we'll get you ready for the TRAS. Okay? For sure. Please.
Here you go.
Not
Okay,
trying to
who's next?
criticize
Go.
anybody, but that was boring,
Top of
Judge.
page 30, doing a TRAS walkthrough today.
Okay.
And then, so we'll reset about 2 to 3 weeks for them to get the contract and all that.
All right, try to do better this time. We want to hear some lines.
Help me to work on that. And what if you go in? Did you send everything?
They are the best at that.
All right, good morning, Mr. Cooper. Mr. Cooper, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 30 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. This is now going on your record. Now makes 2. What happens on the third one?
Be honest, won't be a third.
Do you know how many people tell me that, Mr. Cooper? Take a guess. How many people tell me that they're never going to do it again? Take a guess.
Speaking on me, you know, I know on me that feeling comfortable with what happened. You know I was at a bad spot and everything else, just everything was reflected on me. And then far as it's bigger than me, that I have to take care of others. You know, I was just focused on me that nothing was working. So that just me that, honestly, just since then, I haven't had nothing and I'm comfortable with it. You know, I haven't had a drink, nothing. And then I was relying on it. So.
Mr. Cooper, do you know how many people on a daily basis tell me that they're never going to do it again? It's the last time or whatnot. The thing about it is that this is still fresh in your mind right now. And the problem is life is such that there's always something catastrophic that's going to happen. And it always happens at the worst time. It never happens in a good time. And maybe a wife cheats on you, you lose your job, someone dies, and it causes you to do something that you wouldn't normally do. The law doesn't give a rat's ass what your excuse is. They don't care what in the hell catastrophic happens in your life. It is, and your record speaks for itself. And that's what the law cares about. Whatever it is, and whatever happens, you need to understand that with your record, if you were ever in a car driving and you even had the faintest and the remote smell of alcohol, you will get charged with a third DWI. And now you're facing another felony offense. Have you been to prison before?
Yes, then
How many times have you been to prison?
With TDC,
Correct.
twice.
So you will be labeled
State
with,
jail twice, and far as everything else is like an old past to myself that I feel like I changed, but my record don't say that. You know, my record don't say I've changed. You know, if
Indictments.
everything go by dates, you know, it's been about 20 years.
indictments don't care
Okay.
how old and how good,
Exactly.
whether you have been Mother Teresa out there, they don't care. All they look at is how many times you've been to the penitentiary, and now you will be labeled as a true habitual, facing a minimum of 25 years to life in prison if you pick up another DWI. If you have the faintest and remote smell of alcohol, you will be facing a minimum of 25 years to life in prison if you pick up another one. If I were you, I would never, even if you had the freakiest, remote, and just catastrophic thing in your life, I would never get in a car. Even if you've had one hit off a joint, a sip of a beer, a third of a glass of wine, because the next time you get pulled over, it's a 25 to life case.
Nobody drinks a third of a glass of wine. Nobody. It's impossible.
I represented a guy once that had been to the pen in 79 and 80. And he picked up a PCS 30 years down the road. Do you think that the indictment and the charging intake cared that they were 30 years old? He was still a true habitual. So that's what I'm saying. You understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charge right to an open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. It will go on your record and it will be there forever. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to scare you enough so that you understand that even if you're not completely wasted where you're urinating and vomiting on yourself, that doesn't matter.
I know this as far as, you know, you done this. Now, as far as myself, it wasn't nothing partying about it. You know, it was just me feeling that a hard time on myself. It was like me or death. And then as far as when I was doing what I was doing, I did not care. Everything in my life was just going rock bottom. As you see, and far as they see, my record is going to be there. You're not going to read dates. It's not going to be me trying to be Mother Teresa. It's not going nowhere. And it was just me or death. Didn't care. You know, as far as this here had just reeled me back, that it's more than me that have to depend, you know, people depend on me. And then as far as with this here, it's just harder I have to work. So harder I try to work, you know, so out of everything else, people would probably come up here. It was a pure party. It wasn't no party with me.
And it doesn't have to be though.
I know.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know, that's why I realized.
It doesn't matter what is going on in your life. The law doesn't care what's going on in your life, doesn't care how hard of a time you're having. They don't care about your personal life. They don't care about how well you're doing here, how bad you're doing there. All they see, black and white. They look at your history. They look at what you're doing. They marry them together. And then that's what the charge becomes.
I don't
So
want to
that's
be
what I'm
married.
telling you. In the future, all you have to do is just don't get into a car. And then you're fine. If you're going to go out and you're going to even whatever it may be, just don't get into a car. That's it. Because you have a lot to lose. And if you have a lot of people that depend on you, they could lose you for a long time. All those people. As far as what we're doing now, they're going to lose you now again for another 30 days. You got 2 days credit. I will give you credit for those 2 days. When did you want to turn yourself in? Did you want to turn it in today, later on? What did you want to do?
I had an option, but just out of, it could be.
If you want to turn in later today, I'm happy to do that. Understand you're still under bond conditions in this court. You know, I can have you turn in by 6 tonight if you want. Is that what you'd like to do? Okay,
They'll have me.
you have to report to 49 San Jacinto by 6 PM tonight. Don't be late, because if you're late, they're not gonna take you, and then, yeah, we're gonna have another whole host of problems. I don't know, they'll give you paperwork as to where you turn yourself in. I am gonna suspend your license for a year. Do not drive until you get a license. And then, do you have any questions? How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated, second offense, guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to the 30 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 2 days that you've done. 1 year driver's license suspension. Mr. Cooper, we wish you the best of luck.
And then tomorrow, which is today, the rapper's going to be pointing him out too. The rapper who was screaming yesterday is going to be pointing him out.
We never want to see someone go down. We never want to see anyone hurt. But if you're going to endanger the community, we're not going to take it, because there's such an easier alternative and solution, right? I mean, one button on your phone, you have a car waiting to take you wherever you want to go. There's just no excuse. All right, good luck, friend. Oh, hold on, Mr. Cooper. We got to do the enhancements. I forgot. Is it true that you had a prior DWI in court 14 in 2006?
On September 9th. That's all I remember.
Okay, so true to that enhancement. We can't do both though, because then it would make it a 90-day minimum. Okay, good luck to you, sir.
Come on, Power. Stay on, Power, please.
Can I talk to Wilfred?
Just.
Hi, Victoria. See that? Victoria said, Judge, come here. And he's, psh. Yes, Victoria. I will stop doing court, even though hundreds of thousands of people are watching me right now. I will. All right, guys. Drunk chatters and sober chatters, thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go through chat later and try to figure out what some of these things mean, because I just don't. Oh no, I just got in trouble. Hi, Victoria. Victoria, please don't be drunk right now. Please just say sensible words to me. That's not you, Fozzie. Aren't you working? You're not drunk, you're working. Yes, legal. Stay safe and high. Oh, I am worried legal. I am. So, let us know. Okay. Upside down guy. Just type in finding justice. Yeah, I got this. Don't worry. Hold on. I'll just do this. How about I just do this? Because it's right here. And don't forget to sub while you're there. That's Judge Fleischer's link to his court. I don't think there are any, Jay. They are either dead sober or blasted in my chat right now. And they're talking to themselves. They're talking to each other. I think they're mostly just talking to themselves. I don't know. I had a hard time with keeping up with chat today. I just don't get it. That's okay. Oh, look at the bears. Okay. I'm going to get ready for Judge Fleischer's court now. By get ready, I mean I'm going upstairs, so I'm going to take a nap. It's Friday, guys. It's Friday for most of you. Light's Rage went into um uh, therapy today, right? Moved into a new home. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna get that one sub. I promise. I promise. So Light Sage, I hope Light's Rage, I hope it went well. I hope you're settled and happy. Bye, Kelly. We do have awesome mods here. Just so much. Except for that one. No. Oh my God. Legal, you would be perfect at that though, because you could. You could just ride your bike. I would die. I'd be like I would not be able to ride a bike to make electricity for my house. Nope. Nope. No, I can't put it here because copyright, but I it takes a while to get from I was at work and I got it on my phone, the A&E episode, and I'm just looking to see if it uploaded yet. I was uploading it during this stream. Yeah. Nope, uploaded, paused. I don't know why. Waiting for Wi-Fi. Oh dear Lord, the upload didn't even go through yet. There, Wi-Fi's on. Now it's uploading. As soon as I upload it, I will cut it because all I did was hit record and then I did my tables. So it just recorded a whole bunch of stuff. So now I have to clip out. Maybe I'll leave all the judges in because it's only 20 minutes long. So the whole episode is like 20 minutes long. Judge Fleischer is like the fourth judge, I think. Judge Simpson is there. Judge Fleischer is there. I can't remember who else. It doesn't matter. I was working. You did? Oh, oh. Say now everybody can relax. Jeez. Everybody can relax. We made it to 8K. I have to do something special. Maybe I'll give you guys, maybe I'll take like 7 days off. You guys, you guys deserve a break. Apparently I'm boring. By the way, Raven, I did ask Victoria to fact check me like you suggested. Remember a couple streams ago, you said that I need to be fact checked by Victoria because she watched this stream and she fact checked me and I'm all good. Yep. I can't. Stephen will not let me have a device in there. It's a courtroom. And you know what, guys? I won't, Raven. You know what, guys? I am still gonna stream October 16th or that morning at 4:30. I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna get my stream together and I'm still gonna stream. I cannot, however, stream the morning of October 15th because I have to drive the whole way to Philly unless I streamed it like 2:30 instead of 4:30, which I'm not gonna do because I have to sleep. So I am gonna take a day off. All right. Be good. Be nice. See you in Judge Fleischer's court, where I will be 15 minutes late. Victoria and Melissa, have a great day at work. Hope everything is fine. Oh, sugar, it's Friday. Victoria, love, take some ibuprofen before you leave the house. Pre-game it. Tokyo, I work all night. It's Friday. I'm a server. Oh, I hope you have a great premiere, Tokyo. Everybody go watch Tokyo tonight. Dress up Friday. I work at a brewery. I'm wearing a t-shirt. I get all kinds of stuff all over me. Stay safe, everyone. Legal. Just, let us know how you're doing in Discord. Yes, a brewery. I work at a brewery. All right. Where's my outro? Bye, guys.
Got these lights that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late at night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each string, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.